You know the basics. You can say hello, you can answer simple questions, but real small talk sounds a little different.
More natural, more honest, more like a real conversation.
100 sentences. A little more challenging this time. Just listen and repeat after Lily. Let's go.
Is this your first time at one of these events? Is this your first time at one of these events? I almost left early, but I'm glad I stayed.
I almost left early, but I'm glad I stayed.
I didn't know the dress code was so relaxed. I didn't know the dress code was so relaxed.
The food here is actually really good.
The food here is actually really good.
I found this place by accident last month.
I found this place by accident last month.
Have you met the host before? Have you met the host before?
I only know 2 or 3 people here.
I only know 2 or 3 people here. It's a little warmer in here than outside. It's a little warmer in here than outside.
I like how relaxed the atmosphere is. I like how relaxed the atmosphere is.
I wasn't sure what to expect tonight.
I wasn't sure what to expect tonight.
I always order the same thing here.
I always order the same thing here.
The coffee here is much better than nearby.
The coffee here is much better than nearby.
I've been coming here for about 6 months.
I've been coming here for about 6 months. They changed the menu recently. They changed the menu recently.
I usually sit by the window. I usually sit by the window.
I came here to read, but I ended up talking. I came here to read, but I ended up talking. The music here is always at the right volume.
The music here is always at the right volume.
I waited about 10 minutes for a table.
I waited about 10 minutes for a table.
I recommended this place to a friend last week.
I recommended this place to a friend last week.
The barista remembered my order today.
The barista remembered my order today. What do you like most about living here?
What do you like most about living here?
Is your family still in your home country?
Is your family still in your home country?
Do you speak any other languages?
Do you speak any other languages? What made you choose that job? What made you choose that job? How long have you been doing that? How long have you been doing that? Do you enjoy the commute to work?
Do you enjoy the commute to work?
What do you usually do after work? What do you usually do after work?
Do you have any plans for the summer?
Do you have any plans for the summer?
Have you visited many places in this country?
Have you visited many places in this country?
What's the best thing about your neighborhood?
What's the best thing about your neighborhood? English is my third language.
English is my third language.
I started learning 2 years ago. I started learning 2 years ago.
I understand more than I can say.
I understand more than I can say. My reading is better than my speaking.
My reading is better than my speaking.
I sometimes mix up 2 words.
I sometimes mix up two words.
I watch series in English to practice.
I watch series in English to practice.
My colleague helps me with expressions. My colleague helps me with expressions.
I feel more confident every month.
I feel more confident every month. I forget grammar rules when I'm nervous. I forget grammar rules when I'm nervous. I practice by talking to strangers. I practice by talking to strangers.
I take the bus to work every day.
I take the bus to work every day. My mornings are always a little rushed. My mornings are always a little rushed. I cook at home most evenings. I cook at home most evenings. I go to the market on Saturday mornings. I go to the market on Saturday mornings.
I call my parents every Sunday.
I call my parents every Sunday. I started cycling to work last spring. I started cycling to work last spring. I read before bed most nights. I read before bed most nights. I joined a running group last month. I joined a running group last month. I try to leave work on time. I try to leave work on time. I take a short walk after lunch. I take a short walk after lunch. I had exactly the same problem. I had exactly the same problem. That street is always confusing. That street is always confusing. The weather here surprised me too. The weather here surprised me too. I also found it hard to make friends at first. I also found it hard to make friends at first. That neighborhood changed a lot recently.
That neighborhood changed a lot recently.
I also miss the food from home sometimes. I also miss the food from home sometimes. That shop closed last year, unfortunately. That shop closed last year, unfortunately. I went to the same cafe on my first week. I went to the same cafe on my first week.
I had the same feeling when I arrived.
I had the same feeling when I arrived. That bus line is always late. That bus line is always late. That must have been a long day. That must have been a long day.
How did you feel after that?
How did you feel after that?
Did it work out in the end?
Did it work out in the end? I can picture exactly what you mean. I can picture exactly what you mean. That sounds like a lot to handle. That sounds like a lot to handle. What did the other person say?
What did the other person say?
I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing. That's a really interesting way to look at it. That's a really interesting way to look at it. Did anyone else notice what happened? Did anyone else notice what happened? How long ago was that? How long ago was that? I like that you said that. I like that you said that. That's a really nice way to put it. That's a really nice way to put it. You have a good memory for details. You have a good memory for details. I didn't think about it that way before.
I didn't think about it that way before. That's one of my favorite topics.
That's one of my favorite topics.
I could listen to you talk about that all evening. I could listen to you talk about that all evening. You made that sound very simple. You made that sound very simple.
I learned something new just now.
I learned something new just now. That story will stay with me. That story will stay with me. I have an early start tomorrow, unfortunately.
I have an early start tomorrow, unfortunately.
I need to catch the last bus. I need to catch the last bus. This was one of the better evenings I've had recently. This was one of the better evenings I've had recently.
I hope the rest of your week goes well.
I hope the rest of your week goes well. Let's not wait too long before doing this again. Let's not wait too long before doing this again.
I'll remember this conversation.
I'll remember this conversation. Next time, I'll bring a friend.
Next time, I'll bring a friend.
I'm really glad you came over to talk. I'm really glad you came over to talk. I feel like we only got started. I feel like we only got started. Take care on the way home. Take care on the way home. On the way home, I smiled to myself. On the way home, I smiled to myself. I repeated the new words quietly. I repeated the new words quietly. That was one of those evenings you don't plan. That was one of those evenings you don't plan.
I felt more at home in the city after that.
I felt more at home in the city after that. I understood more than I expected.
I understood more than I expected.
A short conversation can change your evening. A short conversation can change your evening. I didn't need to be perfect, just present. I didn't need to be perfect, just present. The best conversations happen by accident. The best conversations happen by accident. I came for coffee and stayed for the people. I came for coffee and stayed for the people. Good conversations make a city feel smaller. Good conversations make a city feel smaller. You have a very calm way of talking. You have a very calm way of talking.
And that's 100. These were a little harder, and that's exactly the point.
The sentences that feel hard today will feel easier next week.
If you practice with us today, write this in the comments. Write, I practiced today. Or if you repeated all 100 sentences, write 100 sentences complete.
Every comment means a lot to us.
Take care. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.